Hey guys, I saw this comment a few days ago and it inspired me to make an update on my Lunar Lancer. Last update video was almost 2 months ago and since then I did a little bit of changes and also gained a little more power rank. So today guys, I will show you how my 21,661 power rank Lunar Lancer plays, what gear and gems it has, and what the overall stats are. Let's get into the gear I use, and I'll start by saying I'm using 2 spears. One for the Shadow Tower and one for farming Uber 9. The spear I use in Shadow Towers has the following bonuses. By the way, I think it's redundant mentioning the weapon tier. All items I'll talk about are max stellars, giving 1014 power rank. The spear I use in Shadow Towers has the following stats: physical damage, critical damage, critical hit, and energy regeneration. The only stat that's different from my farming spear is energy regen. On my farming spear I got movement speed instead of energy regen. So why the difference in stats, you might ask? Well, the answer is simple. That energy regen boost in Shadow Tower is very useful, making me swing an infinite amount of times. As you can see, I never run out of energy, and I can keep this up all day. Given the fact that my swings deal a lot of damage, having infinite swings in Shadow Tower to quickly kill your enemy is something you would want. On the other side, having infinite swings in Uber 9 is not that useful for me, since most of the time I finish a dungeon in 1 or 2 swings, depending on the enemy. So, while farming, instead of energy regen, I use movement speed to cut down the time I spend going from dungeon to dungeon. You'll see this movement stat speed present on a bunch of my equipment since I spend most of the time farming Uber 9. Okay, so that was the weapon, let's check the other stuff out. My hat has health, critical damage, magic find and movement speed. The only stat that can vary here is magic find, but I usually stick with that. Instead of magic find, you may choose to get jump or percent maximum health, but the increase in health ain't that great, to be honest. It's around 100k more or so for me, yeah. Next, the face has health, critical damage, physical damage and movement speed. Nothing I would change here. That physical damage stat is something I need to deal greater amounts of damage. As for the ally, I use the Raptor Berserker, and even though it seems like I got none cause of the missing icon, I do have an ally equipped actually. It's missing its icon cause it's a cosmetic mod I use that for some reason doesn't have an icon. The reason I'm going with the Raptor is mainly for the 20% more physical damage, but his other 2 bonuses greatly help my activity too. I get healed with 15% of my health whenever a nearby enemy dies, and I also get a great movement speed boost. Combined with my base movement speed, it really makes a big difference. The banner only counts in PvP, meaning it gives no stats or power rank whatsoever. I just use one so the spot doesn't look empty. My ring has physical damage and energy regen. Now to the flasks and emblems. I never change these, no matter the activity. I'm using the Beamer ally in, not ally, but emblem, the Beamer emblem, in combination with the Martial emblem. As for the flask, I use the Death Defying one. Let's get into explaining this setup. The Beamer emblem spawns a minion that shoots a projectile, dealing damage based on your physical damage. Since my physical damage is fairly high, this guy can one-shoot Uber 9 monsters. The other emblem increases my damage with 250% for 3 seconds. Enough time for my Beamer minion to shoot once, and if I feel like I really wanna deal some more damage, I drink from the flask again and repeat the whole process. This damage dealing cycle happening at the same time with my spear swings. The damage output is just huge. I use Death Defying both in farming and Shadow Tower. Reason being, it doesn't let you die. If you are close to dying, it will automatically take a drink. Its usefulness in Shadow Tower is pretty obvious, but I'm also using it in Uber 9 since I often go AFK or have to reply to someone and I don't wanna die. The flask can be replaced with a vial of minion multiplication, that's a tongue twister, for extra damage. You'll basically get another minion, and the damage output with 2 of those will be crazy high. As a matter of fact, I'll probably end this video with footage of me using 2 of those. Coming to the gems now, not much to say here. All got critical damage, critical hit and physical damage, with the exception of 3. The stats all of the stuff I mentioned brings me are these: 234,000 base physical damage. Highest I've ever reached was 242k, but I decided to sacrifice some physical damage to get some more critical damage. It was basically a gem swap thing. 457,000 maximum health. Very squishy in ultra mode Piña. Seriously, at the boss fight, if I'm not in a very good DPS team, I might not even make it to the end. My flasks vanish in seconds. In ultra mode Piñata, that is. 210 energy regen without the Shadow Tower Spear, and 374 energy regen with my Shadow Tower Spear on. 103 base movement speed for Uber9 farming. That's faster than any mount, even faster than wings. 92.6% critical hit and 1145.1 critical damage. Well guys, this is my Lunar Lancer, the class I main in Trove. I will now leave you with some farming footage and hard mode boss fights to get you an idea over the damage this class is able to deal by itself. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.